everyone. Today I am planting garlic. I have never planted garlic before. I've been doing my little research and reading about it, and so yeah, this is how I will grow garlic for the first time. So there is two types of garlic, a hard neck and a soft neck. I am planting soft neck because of my weather. My ground doesn't get cold for long periods of time. My first frost should be expected around December, the first week of December. So that gives my garlic a month. So today is like the 1st of November, I think, 1st or 2nd, I'm not sure. So it gives my garlic about a month for to grow roots and to establish itself before the first frost hits. So I didn't get a lot of garlic. I just got I think it was like 4 garlic bulbs because they're a little expensive. So it was like 20 bucks for 4 garlic heads. And I thought I don't want to spend that much money if it's gonna be more of a trial thing for me to try and learn from it. I'll be taking notes and what I'm adding to the soil, what kind of compost I used and stuff like that. So let's go into prepping the soil. So all I have is just compost in this bed. So all I'm gonna do is loosen up the soil a little bit, since garlic likes very loose soil for better bulb development. I plan to put some artichokes back there. I have 4 plants that I want to put on the back and the garlic at the front. Hopefully they're good friends, growing in the same bed. So for the amendments of my soil, I'm adding worm castings, and I am adding some bone meal. Bone meal will help the garlic to grow better roots. So right now I am not adding any other type of fertilizer other than just my worm castings, because I don't want the garlic to get any nitrogen right now. Right now I just want it to grow roots. That will help my garlic survive through the winter. So I'm gonna add some of this stuff. I'm just gonna sprinkle it. And when it comes to fertilizer, that's gonna be whenever I see the little stems, the little shoots coming out. That's whenever I'm gonna start looking into which fertilizer I'm gonna use for my garlic. So far I don't have any one that I like or that I want to use. So if you have one that you like to use it with your garlic, let me know. So this is all I'm doing for my soil so far. Let's mix it one more time and let's talk about garlic prep. So you need to be very gentle whenever you are breaking apart your garlic. Keep some of the skin on it and keep the bigger cloves. Don't use these. Just use them for cooking. They won't be as good for producing like nice big garlic bulbs. So you want like these. I've seen where people soak their garlic in like a mix of fertilizer, like liquid fertilizer and baking soda, I think, for a few hours, and then they just plant it in the soil. I can do that, but I just don't want to. I just want to put the garlic in the soil, just make it easy, and see what happens. So if my harvest is not as good, I will give that a try just to see what happens. But right now, I just want to just amend my soil, put the garlic in there, and we'll see what happens. I'm not sure if I said where I got my garlic from. I got it from M.I. Garner. That was the only online store that I could find it. Everywhere else it said sold out. I've seen where people grow like a store-bought garlic. I just wasn't for sure about that. I mean, there is mixed reviews about using store-bought and from like a online store. So yeah, I might give that a try next year just to see if it works. But so far right now, since it's my first time growing it, I wanted to make sure that I get good quality garlic. Because what if it doesn't work out and then I end up thinking like, oh, it's just my store-bought garlic, the one that, they did something to it so it doesn't grow garlic. But in reality, it was my soil. So now that I have good quality garlic, I amended my soil, and now I'm gonna know that it's not the garlic. It might be something in the soil, or who knows. I'm gonna try to take as many notes as I can, and we will learn together. If you haven't grown any, or if you have, just let me know your tips. But yeah, and if you have your favorite store where to buy garlic from, let me know, because I wanted to try the hardneck variety, but I just could not get my hands on it. I've heard that is like very tasty, has a stronger garlic taste than softneck. Softneck is more of a mild garlic flavor, but it has more garlic cloves in it compared to a hardneck. Hardneck, since it has that stem in the middle, which is why it's called hardneck, because it has a hard, thick stem going through it, it has less garlic in the bulb. So yeah, I will for sure give that a try, but it needs like 3 months or something like that in the fridge for it to be able to produce a good garlic bulb. So I just couldn't get my hands on it on time. Okay, so now let's get planting. When it comes to how deep you want your garlic and how far away from each other you want them, I am planting my garlic 2-3 inches deep, and I am keeping them away from each other about 4 to 6 inches. So I'm using one of these. I think it's called a dibbler. I don't know. So right there, and so this is how I'm planting the garlic. This part facing down, because this is where the roots are gonna, spread, and this little pointy part to be up, because this is where the little stems are gonna go, up. So yeah, so now we just put the garlic in there. Now, if you live in a cooler place, you want your garlic to be way deeper than that, like 4-6 inches deep. Why? Because you want to protect your garlic from getting frostbite. Okay, so I'm going about 4 to 6 inches apart. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's say about right here. I'm going to go 2-3 inches deep, and then put the garlic in there. So remember that if you plant your garlic, let's say you go for the 6 inches deep, your garlic is gonna take way longer to come out of the soil compared to mine, because obviously it's gonna take longer to be able to, get out of the soil. So I have some garlic left. I'm gonna find some spots around the garden that I'm gonna put it in. Garlic, you can just kind of, plug one here and there around other plants, and it should be fine. So yeah, now let's add some mulch to it. So I am going to add about 3 inches of mulch. Now if you have cooler temperatures, you want to add 4 to 6 inches of mulch. So now that we planted the garlic, all we have left is just to water thoroughly. And when it comes to watering, like how often to water it, I would say just water whenever the soil is dry. Since right now it's gonna be, like winter, usually you don't need to water your soil that much. So it's the same thing for the garlic. As if the soil is moist, then you don't need to add any water to it, because then you're gonna expose your garlic to rotting. So make sure you're keeping up with that. Check your soil. If it's too dry, then you add water. If not, just leave it alone. You really don't need to mess with garlic that much. Just make sure that you're picking all of the like the weeds. The garlic doesn't like that, so make sure that you're keeping up with your weeds around the garlic. And that's it for planting garlic. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.